Hello, this is Jekyll Knight. Why did I even watch it? I don't know. The new WWE show, Saturday Morning SLAM, on the CW network. And it's in some kind of a kids show lineup, Vortex, whatever the fuck that is. I've seen a lot of reviews about this, and it seems like, is it really that bad? And it's like one of those, I don't want to watch it, but I'm intrigued to see how bad it really is. So I went on Daily Motion to have the full episode there, and oh man, what a rush. They do a really good job of hyping up Kofi Kingston versus Heath Slater. It's like, what's going to happen between these two? When you're little, you're like, hey! When you're an adult, like, who gives a fuck? It's a jobber match. And it starts out like on Funkasaurus Planet or something, like a little thing that has this big old story of Brodus Clay and how he sold out, and there's a little segment where like Brodus Clay like starts dancing and stuff, and he teaches you how to dance, and it's pretty corny and retarded. I actually have a clip of the WWE Saturday Morning SLAM bit with Brodus Clay. It's just a small clip. Here it is.
Funky's on a roll. Funky's on a roll. Yeah! Somebody better call my mama. Yeah! Somebody call my mama. Somebody call my mama. Somebody call my mama. Somebody call my mama.
I'm kind of at a loss on words on this review. I really don't know what the fuck to say about it. I'm still traumatized. And then the match between Heath Slater and Kofi Kingston. It's kind of wrestling, they do like arm drags and go to the side and then do an arm drag and then, hold them and they do an arm drag and, yeah, it's a pretty lousy match. And during the match, they only like zoom in the kids in the audience just to let them know that kids are interested in this match. If they zoomed into the adults, you'd probably find a bunch of them falling asleep in the audience. And it's where, like, I know, like, in SmackDown, they edit the chants, they edit the crowd. They take out Goldberg chants every time Ryback comes out. But they have, like, fake artificial cheering, like, you hear, Kofi, 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 and then they, like, quickly cuts in and cuts out. It's like, you could tell they just kind of threw a sound clip in there, and the people cheering, like, in the Kofi are, like, all kids, You don't really hear any adults because it's a kids show. They zoom into kids in the audience, and one thing I noticed when they were zooming into people in the audience, they had a lot of people with t-shirts that were blurred out. I'm just wondering what was on those t-shirts that were blurred out. I mean, were they, like, offensive? Were they not rated G? Were they promoting another company? Like, and there was quite a bit of it too. Like, I saw it once and I had to rewind it and try to see what it was. Then I noticed it again in the crowd. Like, wow, this is pretty pathetic. I noticed one thing, like, Heath Slater was doing the abdominal stretch and he kept, like, reaching for the rope, like Scott Hall style and shit. Even though Scott Hall didn't reach for the ropes, he reached for Kevin Nash's hand. But anyways. And it was like a babyface versus heel. I wonder if any heels are ever going to win on this show, or if it's just going to be the baby faces. Because the way they do the match, they make, like, everyone hate Heath Slater and stuff. Early brainwashing. This is something else, You always see that, don't try this at home, all those things. They had one of Daniel Bryan. It looks like it was an older clip. And he's like, don't try this. Yeah, he just said, don't try this. And then they showed the screen, don't try this at home, school, or anywhere. It's like, do you really have to put that? Unfortunately, yes, you have to, because kids are so literally stupid If you tell them don't try this at home, they're going to go to school and try it. They're going to go to their friend's house and try it. And then when they injure, like, one of their friends by doing something they saw in WWE, it said don't try it at home. It did not say don't try it at my friend's house or the school, don't, you know. So that way they have all their bases covered, you know. Don't try this at home, or school, or your friend's house, or your neighbor's house, or, you know, your grandparents' house, or the crack house that your mom goes to buy crack from, you know, or anywhere. So yeah, Saturday Morning SLAM sucks a big fat cock. And you gotta keep in mind it's for kids. It's gonna suck to us adults, but we're not supposed to be watching it anyways. We're supposed to be watching Raw and SmackDown. But that's my review of it. That's all for this review. Jekyll Knight signing out. The whole thing with Brodus Clay teaching you how to dance, and this is something that I think is funny as shit. To have Brodus Clay, he doesn't have the best accent. He speaks almost as bad as I do. And he keeps saying funka, you know. The little kids are funketeers and the two divas are funkadactyls. He sounds like he's saying the F word. Where's all my funketeers at, you know? Oh, I gotta dance with my funkadactyls. Like, dude. Maybe Brodus Clay, even though his gimmick is G-rated, probably shouldn't have him do promos, especially if he sounds like he's saying the F word every time he says funk.